Hello, welcome to Pop Along RC, the RC car channel dedicated to RC car racing. And, well, I'm back in the studio after having an amazing weekend. Hopefully you've seen the video where we went down to Northampton for some proper old school racing. Now, Mark put out a picture on our Facebook of, well, this is the picture here, which got lots of likes, over 350 I think. And it's because it had the old transponder in it. Now, we were sort of reminiscing on the good old days, and at the club that we were at, they were running the old transponder setup where you had a bank of transponders and you took them out, and with a body clip, you pegged it to your shell. So I've got a little hole in the front of my shell there for transponders. Now, that is proper old school style transponders. Technology has come on a lot since then. Now, we have on the channel talked about transponders before, and they are quite expensive. This one here, for example, is a transponder that we used when we were running the Comet racing at Sundon Models. Mark and I also, in the early days of Pop Along RC, when we were doing our grassroots stuff with the FTX Vantages, we were running a lap monitor system, which again was a cost-effective, simple way to do some sort of racing out on the field. However, times are moving on and more technology is coming our way. So, Sky RC have just released the Lap Whiz. The Lap Whiz is a little box, doesn't take up much space whatsoever, but this here is a timing system. So I'm going to get inside this box and have a look at what we've got. Looks pretty cool in terms of design. So as we open up the box, you can see there we have got a stand, which I will take out. We have got two AA batteries. We have got a transponder which goes in the car, and then we have our timing system. So let's take a closer look at this stuff and get it set up. Actually, looking at the device itself, it has got a magnetic sun hood. So the way these work, they actually run off of infrared. So you've got the detector there, and then on the transponder there is a little infrared light. So basically this gets attached to the car via the receiver, and then it needs to stick out of the shell so that as it passes through the beam, this gets picked up on the system. Very similar to the lap monitor setup that we've run in the past, so we know that these are really effective. So there we go. So what you do is just set this up on your track so that when the car passes by, you've got the sensor and it will read. Let's pop that back on there. Perfect. When we go to competitions and we're running at events, each club will have a timing system and it will be hooked up to a computer. So how do you get your information from this little box? Well, it's quite simple really. All you need is a mobile phone, and I believe what you have to do is take a photograph of a QR code and download an app. So let's do that now. So I'm actually going to put some batteries in this and get it all set up and see if I can get it connected to my phone. Maybe I'll even get a transponder set up in the car, and we can see how it all works. So as you can see here, we have got a little blue light to show that it is connected to the phone. Again, we've got our magnetic light hood there, and tripod sits like so. We have got this little adjuster so that you can ensure that it is set completely parallel, as it says in the manual. Okay, so let's open up the Sky RC app. Nice little graphic, and here we need to hit the plus button, add new device. This is on, so I think that is it connected. So Lap Whiz. Telling you how to set it up, so it needs to be set parallel to the ground. Race name, Pop Along 1. Okay, done. Race by time, race by lap, lap length, race duration, final lap time. So you can set that to say 30 seconds. So that means after the 5 minutes is up, you get 30 seconds to finish your last lap. You've got a 5-minute countdown, valid lap. Shadow run, I think that's like ghost run. So enter driver, new driver. I think this is where I need to connect the transponders. So let's have a quick look at the transponders. As I mentioned earlier, this comes with a transponder in the kit. Now, for me personally, that's fine if I just want to go around in circles, but me and Mark like to race, so we have got ourselves an extra transponder. Now, this is their standard one. It's a T01 standard transponder. They also do a slightly more advanced transponder, which is this one here, which is a T02 transponder. Now, companies that we've used in the past, these are the expensive bits. However, the Sky RC transponders come in at less than £20. Okay, so here is our timing system, and here we have a brand new transponder. So what I'm going to do now is I am going to go back into my app, like so, and I'm going to go into settings, and I'm going to go all the way down to transponder setup. Now it says please connect transponder to the timing unit as shown below. So we open up the bag and we plug in the transponder, goes into the side here, like so, and as you can see there, the current ID is number 89, and we'll just hit OK, or we'll go back, and that is number 89. So if we go back to our race, and we're going to go for a free run, and we edit drivers, we've got Pop Along car. We're going to add a new driver, and that new driver can be Pop Along, help if I can spell, Pop Along Mark. ID was 89, and join the race. So now we have assigned that transponder. So I will now unplug that transponder, and I have got my transponder is already clicked in. You can see it's flashing there. So this should be sending a signal to the timing system. So if I take the timing system behind my hand and we start the race, if we go for a practice session, actually we go for a free run, and I'm going to hit the start button. So I've put the unit underneath the table so it can't see. So if I lift it up now, it's going to get a reading off the transponder, which is plugged in. And I'll bring it back up again.
Along Carl, 6.97.
That's a fast lap. So yeah.
Along Carl, 6.77.
Let's see if I can get it up bang on 5 seconds next time.
Along Carl, 7.05.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Along Carl, 5.69.
Not too bad.
Along Carl, 6.90. Hop along Carl, 5.81.
And there we have it. So,
Finish, second place Hop along Carl.
there we go. It showed us that. So if I come out of there now, I think if I go into histories, it will give my free run, and it will give us a little breakdown of all the stuff that happened in that race. And then there was a practice one that I did earlier on. That was 4 laps, and they were all about the same. So this one in the free run, hopefully if I hit on myself, it will give me a breakdown of all the laps that I've done. It then gives me my 2 lap consecutive, was it 3 lap average, fastest laps. Nice. And then over here it looks like I can share that as a photo, and I can save it and send it to my friends, or you can download it to your mates. But that is pretty much how this little unit works. So hopefully that's a nice little rundown of how you set up this device and use it on your phone.